While it's hot and dry here, Houston, Texas has been inundated with rain and flooding. And if you're in the market for a used car, you need to make sure you don't get caught buying one that's been caught up in all those floodwaters without your knowledge.
I'm showing you what to look for in this week's Better Business Bureau Buyer Beware Alert.
Houston has a problem. Too much rain and flooding. Fox 23 showed you even Task Force 1 members from Tulsa headed there to help with water rescues. Now people there may be trying to sell some of those cars here to unsuspecting buyers who may not even think about the cars possibly having been underwater. If a car is damaged by flooding, does that have to be reported?
Yes, legally it is supposed to be reported. It is supposed to be on the title. Now there's going to be people who don't want to report that, right? They want to get rid of that car. And that's what we're finding, is that people are going to make it look as clean as possible with no damage and try not to register that title as a flooded car.
Amy Mitchell, CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Eastern Oklahoma, says that's why it's so important to look at the title.
I think the number one thing is the title. You really want to look at the title and make sure it doesn't say salvaged or flood damage. They can be flagged. And if they are and you're purchasing that, that's fine, but you really want to double check some things.
She also says you need to check the car out in person or hire a mechanic to do so to make sure everything works.
Check the gauges, make sure all your blinkers and windshield wipers, everything's working. You don't see any water in those gauges. You want to do a smell test to make sure there's no mold, kind of look underneath the carpet to see if there's any residual water. Really check those seats to see if there's any discoloration of the fabric. So an inspection right now, especially after we've had a flood, doing your own personal inspection really thoroughly is very critical.
You can also check with the National Insurance Crime Bureau. If the car you're buying was previously insured, you can use their free database that lists flood damage and other information about the car's history.